Welcome to IDB, everyone. It's Andrew, and we're going to take a look at 12 new features for messages in iOS 11. The first thing you are going to know is this new toolbar here for all of your apps. This new app drawer will automatically hide when you actually go to use the keyboard, but when you jump into a message, it makes it really easy to go through and find any app you're looking for. Speaking of the apps, we can actually tap on the App Store button and go more or less full screen to a brand new app store for all of your apps. Now, this could definitely get built out some more, but right now in the first beta of iOS 11, it's a little bit scarce and there's no categories or anything like that, but we may see those coming in the future. We also have a new way to organize our apps. If we scroll all the way to the right of our new app drawer, you'll see a More button, which you can tap into and actually go ahead and remove and change the order of the apps and how they appear. Everything on the top is what's on the left of your app drawer. Anything that you don't like, you can just swipe to the left and hit delete to remove it completely, or if you go ahead and tap on the edit button in the top right hand corner, there's little toggle switches to turn individual apps off. So if I don't really want those retro emoji or the smileys, I can just swipe the little toggle switch, move it out of the way. I can also move Alto's Adventure higher to the top because I use that more frequently. I like sharing llamas. And other than that, you can just tap on the save in the top right hand corner and you're good to go. Moving on, we now have a new one-handed keyboard, which makes things super, I don't want to say super handy, but that's what I'm thinking. You can now easily type with just your right hand or just your left hand, and you can just tap on that little side caret to the left there to realign your keyboard back to the center. This has actually been hiding in here for quite a while, but iOS 11 is the first, build that actually made it usable to anyone, actually exposed it to anyone. There was a jailbreak tweak that would allow you to get access to this keyboard a little while ago, but it's really nice to see that Apple actually built it in for everyone. We also have an Emoji one-handed keyboard. It does the same exact thing. Swapping to Emoji allows you to find the emoji one-handedly. Of course, it does not work with third-party keyboards. They'd have to build something like that in. iOS 10 brought us all these really cool bubble effects and full screen effects for when you're sending messages. iOS 11 continues that trend with two new effects. We can just 3D touch on the little send arrow, and we have all these before. Nothing new as far as the bubble effects go. We still get the slam, loud, gentle, and invisible ink. But the full screen effects, we have two new ones. The first one's called Echo, kind of literally echoes your words all around the screen. And the second one is called Spotlight, which is zooms in a little spotlight to your text and then falls back off the screen. Both of them are really cool, though I am more partial to Echo over Spotlight. It just looks really cool and feels cool when you have the 3D touch or the taptic feedback going on when you actually send this message. One big thing that Apple did not disappoint everyone in is the addition of Apple Pay for person to person. That's right, now you'll find in the app drawer an Apple Pay button, which allows you to automatically pay someone. It'll even auto-populate the amount if someone tells you that they owe you money. So if they tell you they owe you $28, it'll auto-populate $28, and then you just hit pay, and it'll pop out and send it to them. Now if someone sends you money back, you can actually save that money into an Apple Pay cash card. Use that to pay for things using Apple Pay, or just jump it out into your bank account. You ever have someone that's really, really annoying and you don't want to hear from all the time? Or perhaps it's just kind of a telemarketer or something? Well, you can now go ahead and hide alerts for individual people. That way you don't get notifications every time that person sends you a new message. You know, on the iPhone, when somebody asks you like what's your address or what's your phone number, that QuickType keyboard will give you those suggestions. That now will work on Apple Watch for contacts as well as locations. One of the other really big changes to iMessages is in the settings where you can enable iMessage in the cloud or messages in the cloud. That'll actually allow you to store all of them in your iCloud account, which will help free up a lot more space locally on your phone. It also means things stay in check. So if I were to delete a message on my iPhone, it's also going to get deleted on my iPad. And our last big one is going to be for iPad users, which again, just like the other one-handed keyboard, is available everywhere else in the system, but we have this really cool new iPad QuickType keyboard that allows you to pull down on the different numbers or the different letters to display that secondary character. So for instance, if you needed to type the number side, instead of having to hold shift and then hit the number 3, you can just pull down and it'll just type that character for you. Makes it quite a bit quicker when you're going ahead and typing a lot of stuff. Well, that's it. That is a wrap. That is all of the great new features for the Messages app inside of iOS 11. So let us know what you think of all these great new features down below in the comments. Otherwise, go ahead and subscribe, keep up to date, give us a thumbs up, and until next time, it's Andrew for ITB.